We've really enjoyed it here at North Sannox, but there's loads more to see on Arran, so we're moving on. First stop is going to be Brodick, but on the way we see some seals and we can't resist stopping for a closer look. There are two types of seal native to the UK, grey seals and harbour or common seals. These are harbour seals, and one of the ways that you can tell is the way that they bask when they're on land. It's called banana basking because they'll bask with their heads up and their tails up, making them look a little bit like a banana. Now there's a pup here basking on the rock, and there are a couple of adults who I assume are the parents that seem to be patrolling the rock and keeping a lookout. Every now and then they create a really big splash, which I think is them posturing a bit and giving us a warning to leave the pup alone. It can't be easy getting comfy on that rock. Now, is that scratching, or is it a wave goodbye? So we make it to Brodick, which is a really lovely little town actually. And then we head west to our next camping spot. So just outside Brodick we see a sign for Glenrosa. Now, one of our camping neighbours at North Sannox recommended Glenrosa as an alternative to climbing Goat Fell, as it's a nice, easy, gentle stroll. So we decide to take a look. It's been lovely so far with some stunning scenery, so after a little rest we decide to carry on. Now, it's around this point that we realise that to get to the end of Glenrosa, we're going to have to do a bit of climbing. But that ridge doesn't look too far away, so we plod on. So the ridge that we thought was the end of the glen is actually still miles away from the real end. And as we continue, every ridge we get to, there's another ridge after it. So we stop to rest, and after much deliberation we decide, well look, we've come this far, so we may as well see it through. We are of course completely unprepared, and we haven't even brought any water with us. Luckily the stream water here is so clear that we reckon we can risk drinking it. And finally we make it. Can you smile, Claude? Wave. The views here are stunning, and we spend a bit of time looking over at Butte, trying to work out where we stayed when we visited Butte in April earlier this year.
See how many miles we've done. 4.7 miles.
4.7 miles, most of it uphill.
All the way uphill.
Yeah, okay, all of it uphill. Wow. You proud though?
Proud of what?
Walking 4.5 miles uphill of a mountain?
No.
Fair enough. We may as well head back then. So by the time we get back to the van, it's way too late to think about cooking, and besides, we reckon we've earned a treat. So as the only fish and chip shop in Arran is closed, we go for a Chinese, which is delicious and made even tastier by the lovely surroundings. There are places to stay the night on the front at Brodick, but this isn't one of them. So we head west again and finally settle at our new camp just south of Imachar. And it's fab. Next morning, we wake up to glorious sunshine and glorious views, but there's a bad smell in the air. Well, it seems a dead seal has washed up on the beach, and we're downwind of it, and the smell really is funky. So reluctantly, we pack up and move on. It's not long, though, before we find another great little spot. Time for dinner, and today it's veggie toad in the hole. So. And there's still some pink rhubarb cake and ice cream for pudding. After dinner we take a stroll along the bay, checking out the caves and the interesting rock features. There's not a huge amount of wildlife around, but there is some. Oyster catchers may be everywhere on the UK coast, but it's always nice to see them. And these black guillemots are very cute. As are these chirpy little rock pipits. And we never get tired of seeing these chaps. Although apparently they do get fed up of seeing us. It amazes me how these sea pinks or thrift manage to get established just in the cracks of these ancient Cambrian rocks. It's not often in Scotland that you get the chance to go for an evening swim without risking hypothermia, so we make the most of the opportunity. This is amazing. It's like having your own private swimming pool. Come a bit closer. Well, whew. Perfect. That's lovely, actually. They have the float crocs, do. Picks up. Lovely, actually. Might run into a barnacle rock. Next morning, and first job is to collect some stream water for washing up and stuff. We haven't really had much trouble from midges while on Arran, but ticks have been a problem. This one comes out easily enough, but if you leave the jaws in, it can get a bit messy. This one, though, has had its last meal. Nothing like removing ticks from your leg to get your appetite going. There are signs that the weather's turning, so this may be the last chance we get for a while to do some outdoor cooking. So we go for an old favourite, cheesy pasta bake with a garlic and herb crust.
Is it bad?
Yeah, it's nice. You try it.
Nice.